some of you guys, yeah, I mean, maybe some of us is struggling with like, I want to understand God. I mean, you know, that I want to understand life more. I want to understand. How can I understand? Make it make sense to me. When it comes down to living life and not just like following God, right? But also living life as well. So here's the analogy that I want to give to you that it is just like blowing my mind every single time when I go back to it. So I'm gonna ask you this simple question is, do you understand life 100% at the first time? Like, will you just like newborn baby and just like understand it 100% at that time? Of course not, right? Because we all like didn't know anything. And if you look closely, just like when you're riding a bike, before you can ride it professionally and just like smoothly, you had to go through so many struggles. Like you have to fall first, you have to all that first. But most importantly in this video, I just want to talk about we living life. We are like having a desire to understand, to just like figure things out, to make everything make sense to us first, so that we could believe, so that we could do it, right? And that is the deception from the enemy too, that they can use it to make you not doing anything, right? You hear me? So that's why God said to you, do not fear, I am with you, right? So what so you can apply this to your life as well, because life was not meant to understand, but life was meant to accept and experience, right? The same way when you're following God, you were not meant to understand God, but you were called and meant to believe in Him and accept Him and experience Him, right? So it's as simple as that like when the logic starts, then faith gonna end. But likewise, when faith starts, the logic will end, because these two things cannot work out and cannot dwell in the same place. So what am I gonna tell you about this video is, if you right now are struggling with like want to make it make sense so that you could believe, I just want to tell you, believe first, and then the understand will come later. Because just like you are living a life, right? You don't understand 100% at that time, but in time you understand it. But what happened after that, you just accept it, right? Even when you're riding a bike, you don't know how to ride a bike. You don't know when you're gonna fall, when you're gonna like have a scratch on your knees and all of that. But you just accept and just ride a bike, and then in time you are improving. And then what happened? You grow, and then you understand it later. Oh, if without that fall, without that failure, I will never be here, right? Likewise, when you're following God, when you're living this life with Him, you were not called to understand or to try to figure things out. But despite all that, just accept, believe, and experience it, because God said, do not fear, only believe, right? So yes, I just want to make it as some short encouragement for all of you guys that okay guys, I just want to make it as a short encouragement for all of you guys who are like have a brain that like try to understand so many things, right? Even me as well, I understand that because I was going through that before, and now even now. So okay, first, what are we gonna do? First, you must have to realize that life was not meant to understand. Life was not meant to like seek anything at that time, but life was meant to accept, experience, and walk through it with boldness, with faith, right? We are called to live in faith. Even when you are driving a car, you don't know when you're gonna crash, but you have faith that you're gonna drive through it. Likewise, if you have faith on simple things in life, why don't you put faith in God? And when you put faith in God, this life, although everything was not anything, everything will not be better, but your heart will be lighter, because your heart is in Him. And that's how beautiful it is, believing in God. And Yes, life was not meant to understand, but it was meant to accept it and experience through all of the chaos, through all of the storms, all of that darkness. Because and in time, God will reveal things to you. Jesus said, you might not understand now, but in time you will. In time. We're just living in this realm of time. So don't worry, guys. When you are worried, replace that with prayer, right? If you have so much time to worries and stressing, why don't you replace that in prayer and give it to God? You see, if you prayed about it, why do you worry about it? So I don't want you guys to get stuck in your own head, because this is the deception that the enemy, Satan's trying to use that to trick you in drain and in fear. But God doesn't want you to live in that head. God wants you to live big, bold, and thrive with faith. Keep in your word, keep in His word, and that's where freedom comes. Just simple as it is, because the sooner you accept, the sooner you will experience. That's it. Okay? So I hope that you guys might get something beautiful back to this video. So yes, you will not call to understand God, but you will call to accept everything that comes from Him, because He is good. Just that. No one thing, if you have a bad life, just know that you have a good God. It ain't all bad and it ain't all good either. Sheesh. Keep that in mind, okay?